So, still March 11th, 2019. Still the morning. Getting ready to do stuff. Thinking about Covington Catholic and the latest creepy twists and turns on that. I don't know. So, obviously, the PR boys who are being dubbed the victims, but are actually, from my perspective, appear to be part of the entire hoax. Like, the whole incident is a hoax. I know this for sure because it happened. I mean, like, the whole incident is a generated, could appear to be, definitely from my perspective, appears to be a generated news incident where they took something that I actually did and then manufactured a news incident out of it, and then used a lot of like memeing and stuff to let me know the Lincoln Memorial and all that stuff. Lincoln Middle School and their PR brigades here. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but I just was like, well, there's nothing I can do to prove my side of any of this. No interest of going into the court system. It's not a justice system, it's an injustice system. So, yeah, even though I'm right, and anytime I try to make any kind of court case, frankly, the shit that comes in and ruins my head, I can't think. I'll just go into complete brain fog and throwing up every day, all day long, and bleeding all over the place. So yeah, I don't even like screw with their court system. I'm just waiting for God to punish the whole scene, both sides, top, bottom, left, right, middle. So yeah, so the lawyer from Kentucky is a real smooth talking dude. You can tell he can lie with a straight face pretty easy. Obviously very brilliant, successful, and genetically lineage, however you want to say it, connected. I figure, what the hell, at least to me, what it looks like is going to happen, and what a coincidence that he went and got Bezos first, because it looks like it's just a redistribution of the capital. So suing CNN, I have a feeling my deal is that it'll go to the kid, and the kid will become a head honcho, and then he'll redistribute that money, and that's what he'll build his networks on. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if CNN and, well, Jeff Bezos doesn't even need a cut, but he'll get a favor for it. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if CNN ends up with a cut somehow in story or whatever for doing this. The Roger Stone thing too, where the CNN showed up, that was another thing that I feel like was personally connected to me because of something that I said out loud. So yeah. Then I thought, well, at least the Kentucky lawyer, I mean, whether he sues on behalf of whatever, he'll at least possibly give the flippin' news agencies a tug on their leash. But I doubt it. I think they'll get a bonus, and everybody that's in will be in and stay in and get richer. from stealing more shit from my life. Go ahead. It's all, what goes around comes around. You might think that to me, but I really haven't done as much shit as you guys think I've done. And you guys have done a lot more shit than you want to admit. So yeah. And you ran around doing weird shit while yelling karma. So yeah, I'm cool with just waiting for karma to do whatever on the other side. And on my side, I'll just try and keep on paying my karma, because that's how I believe in it. Not paying it back on other people, but paying it back as a good thing, like a paying it forward type version, except for in the present by just living. So I guess living it forward. As positively as possible, which who knows how positive that is. So yeah, I just thought, well, I'll just get behind smooth talking lawyer, man. At least he'll maybe make a ruckus about it in the news. Well, I'm sure it'll be a ruckus in the news. And then I saw another clip in the interview, and it's like, this lawyer dude also defended the Ramseys for JonBenet Ramsey's death, which I thought was completely freaky. He defended the dude that miraculously rescued the 13 Thai divers, boys, saying that he got falsely accused by Elon Musk. Which, I don't know. I mean, really. Doesn't look like a whole lot of people are really operating within capitalism and the law the way that we learned it in school. Like, I mean, people should just be aware that capitalism is really actually civilized murder. And socialism is just another form of civilized murder. It's just one caters to psychopaths and one caters to the other side of psychopaths or sociopaths or whatever. I mean, it's just different sides. If I could go for something, I suppose I'd go for a religious-based socialism with a capitalistic something or other. I'd mash them all together. It'd be like a democratic monarchy, theology, socialism, with a little bit of capitalism thrown in somewhere, and I don't know, you might as well add in communism too. What other kind of isms are there? So yeah, so I'm like looking at this and I'm thinking, holy crap, so I know for 100% sure, I mean like I would say 99.99% sure, that whole Covington situation is entirely a generated situation, and it's got millions of dollars going towards it, flowing into the situation, and I just know it's manufactured. I mean, I know personally that it's manufactured. I have no way to prove it, but, and then to have him be the lawyer for all these other high-profile, weird, potentially manufactured cases, man, that creeps me out. Because those 13 Thai boys, that was a manufactured incident. I'm sorry. It was somehow manufactured. I don't know how. I don't have a way to prove it. Just like having the CNN reporter at Roger Stone's house, that was just, oh gosh, just a miracle. But that was also a manufactured event. And so then, I mean, I've watched the news be manufactured before when I'm paying attention. I try not to pay attention because I hate seeing it. Frankly, it just freaks me out. But in such a small place, you have no choice. Yeah, I don't know. And then there's the nice black people, the conservatives. Like, I mean, there are no black people, as far as I know, or people of color in the 1%, the top financial global 1%. None. There's Asian people, and there's white people. When you're thinking about the top financial 1% of, you're looking at Jeff Bezos, his almost ex-wife, Mackenzie Bezos, that just took half of Amazon from him. You're looking at Microsoft, Facebook, so Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, probably Google, I don't know. I mean, definitely an influence. And then the Queen of England and Rupert Murdoch and maybe George Soros. But I think that's pretty much the owners of the whole world, is those people right there. And then you go down to the next level, the next tier. And I still don't think that actually Donald Trump is in that next tier. He might be in the third tier down, but he's like second or third tier, probably, as far as the number of billions. But then when you get into millionaires, I mean, you're really like just hitting the upper middle class, frankly. And so that's why the idea to tax anybody that's making millionaires with a 70% tax. So what? So you're going to take out all the people that are guarding us between the really super rich and then, no. You knock off the top first. How stupid to take out the Guardian segment. And so yeah, when I was like watching the black conservatives talk about being part of the 1%, it's like, dude, you're really nice and smart, and I can see that you're like way with it. But look at, even in the black conservatives, who were the richest of the black conservatives? They were 2 gay guys, 3 gay guys maybe, men, gay but men. And that's where the whole trans and LGBT thing comes in and suppresses women again, because we get suppressed because, you know, trans women don't have periods. And men earn, I think, 30% or 28% more than women. And so when you get gay guys, and I've said this over and over again, you end up with 2 people that are earning 30% more just on their genetics. And so that makes a couple that's set up to earn 60% more than a lesbian couple. So, I mean, and 30% more than any heterosexual couples, just because of the fact that statistically you have 2 male earners in any gay male relationship. And the trans people, trans women, I don't know what the trans men are about, because that's more of a recent phenomenon. I was at first glad that they're being included, but now I don't know. I guess they're just, it looks like the trans women, the queens, the drag queens, get a lot more status in the LGBTQ community, and that the trans women are like second tier trans people. So once again, what you've done is like a sexual flip-flop and just taken the genetically male, turned it into a female, called it trans, and now again the men are on top still. Because if you've got 2 tiers and the drag queens have way more status and power in LGBTQ society, it looks like way more power goes with the trans women than the trans men, way more status. And that's always been the case. They didn't even have trans men when I was a kid. I mean, they did, but no one did it. And I know for a fact that a whole bunch of probably, I don't know, I just remember the lesbian chats were all full of like a bunch of guys pretending to be lesbians so they could have lesbian sex, and that's a big deal with the guys that are super jealous of women. And so I just feel like the whole LGBTQ the way that it's being set up right now is just another form of suppression for biological women. And that's unfortunate, and I don't know, I guess probably this counts, I don't know. Knows how far the anti-free speech people are going to go as far as us being allowed to say what's true and what's not. They already took away the N-word from, but I mean, I suppose that's a good thing. But for the rest of us, we're just like never allowed to talk. So, anyway, that's that.